Tesla marches to the beat of a different drummer, so it's no surprise that its Model X SUV breaks from convention. Now sometimes this is good, but sometimes it just seems silly. First, the good stuff. The Model X shares the basics of the Model S, which we're very familiar with. The Model X's big battery pack, either 75 or 90 kilowatt hours, delivers an EPA estimated range of up to 257 miles on a single charge. Comparing apples to apples, the Model X can give up about 40 miles of range to the Model S. All Model X's are all-wheel drive. That's the D in the model name. The P in this particular car means it's the high-performance version. Now, any Tesla is quick with instant torque on the tap of an accelerator, but a P90D, well, it's crazy quick. I mean, don't just take our word for it. This P90D has the $10,000 ludicrous mode, going beyond Tesla's insane mode. It delivers dizzying maximum acceleration, but either one slams you back into your seat. Having that big and heavy battery pack at the bottom of the car keeps its center of gravity low. Along with well-tuned steering, this makes for a very sporty driving SUV. It feels, well, a lot like a Model S, except that you sit up higher. Also like the Model S, you get a giant touchscreen inside. There's a lot of good things about that, like big on-screen buttons and easy over-the-air updates. But it also lets you surf the web when driving, which is distracting, and we wouldn't mind a few more normal buttons and a more intuitive shifter. Lots of standard advanced safety gear, like blind spot monitoring and forward collision warning with automatic braking, is standard. You can also get Tesla's autopilot, which in the right situation can drive the car itself. So far, all of this is really familiar. Well, at least anyone who's familiar with a Tesla. But an awful lot of the Model X's unique features feel like a Detroit show car from the 50s or the 60s. They're gonna wow your neighbors, but there's a whole lot of folly here. First up is the giant windshield, which extends up and over the front seat. It makes for an amazing view, no matter where or when you drive. The glass is tinted, but that only supplies so much escape from the sun's brightness, except for a skimpy set of over-designed sun visors which fold out of the way to leave the view unobstructed. There are also thick front roof pillars, and the view out of the rear window is really tight, thanks to an odd back spoiler and a tiny inside mirror. And then there are those gull-wing rear doors. These showstoppers open tall and wide, so you can basically just walk into the second or third row seats. Sensors keep the doors from hitting other cars, things overhead, or people standing next to them, but they can take some time to open, and sometimes they stop before they're fully open. So you wind up forcing them or cycling them again. Who has time for that? Even the front doors are overly complicated. There's no normal handle. You push this handle and it pops open. You need to catch the door from hitting a car or something next to it in a tight spot, and you may need to push the door open more. These doors can even be opened or closed with a button from inside, or set to open automatically as you walk up to the car. But there are some places, like in a busy city, where you probably don't want that to happen. All of these doors are really complex. So much for electric cars being simpler than gas-powered cars because of them having fewer moving parts to break. Just like the doors look cool, so do the second row seats, each perched on its own monopod, looking like props from a Star Trek movie. This Model X seats 6, but you can also get a 5 or 7 passenger version. Problem is, this SUV comes up short on utility. There isn't that much legroom. And while the one-piece seats are powered, the seatback doesn't recline on its own. The second row seatbacks don't fold flat either, limiting the cargo space. The Model S's hatchback can have a longer cargo area than the Model X SUV. And those gull-wing doors mean no roof rack on top, so forget about hauling a kayak. You can tow up to 5,000 pounds, which certainly is unusual for an electric car. Gobs of instant torque will make towing easy, but it's going to cut range down a lot. And it's going to be really hard to park at a charging station with a trailer still attached. Until the more affordable Model 3 arrives, Tesla remains a luxury car company, and this Model X has a price tag to match. This P90D stickers for a hefty $149,450. So does the Model X make sense? Well, if you want an all-electric super sporty SUV and you can afford the hefty price tag, sure. But the Model X doesn't quite match the comfort or overall utility of a luxury SUV like the Audi Q7, which cost half as much. Also, remember that the Model X shares a lot with the Model S, which our reliability data shows has been unreliable. The Model X's complicated doors aren't likely to help. For more on Tesla, check out consumerreports.org.